multiple wounds हैं. Blunt force trauma on the head.
And cause of death?
Asphyxia by drowning.
ACP Sanyukta Das.
ACP Jay Kanwal, UPSC rank 32.
She's our best.
एक स्टूडेंट है नैना मराठे.
टॉपर थी, कोई कंप्लेंट्स भी नहीं. वो गाड़ी जिसमें मेरी बच्ची मिली वो किसकी है?
क्या ये आपकी गाड़ी है?
नहीं, ये हमारी कैंपेन फ्लीट की कार्स हैं.
इस गाड़ी में एक लड़की की लाश मिली है.
क्या?
आप कॉलेज के ट्रस्टी भी हो ना? कल रात कहाँ थे? मेरे वैसे खून में ही है गलत बंदों को और क्रिमिनल्स को पकड़ना.
और बंदा गलत है कैसे पता चलेगा? तो टी-शर्ट में लिखा होगा या सर पे?
ड्रिंकिंग, स्मोकिंग, अफेयर, बॉयफ्रेंड.
हमारी नैना उनमें से नहीं थी.
ये सब माँ बाप को बता के नहीं करते हैं बच्चे.
वो जस्ट नैना का बॉयफ्रेंड था.
उस रात तुम्हारी नैना से लड़ाई क्यों हुई थी?
मुझे लगा वो किसी और को डेट कर रही है.
नैना की लास्ट फोटो तुम्हारे साथ ही है.
That evidence won't hold up in court, no?
Not the expert in true crime.
तुम्हारी नैना से लास्ट क्या बात है?
You're just a jealous bitch, Naina.
आपने पिक ड्राइव आपके बारे में सुना है? सब शेयर होता है प्राइवेटली.
ये वो नैना के कॉलेज प्रोफेसर नहीं है?
अब एक प्रोफेसर अपने स्टूडेंट से इतनी चैट कर रहा वो भी प्राइवेटली.
इससे गंदी सेल्फीज क्यों ले रही हो तुम? सब करते हैं. तुम्हें कोई आइडिया है ये कितना डेंजरस है?
और ये स्ट्रिक्ट माँ बाप होते हैं ना, उनके बच्चे सबसे बड़े झूठे होते हैं.
इस पूरे पजल में ना एक पीस है जो फिट नहीं हो रहा है. हम अभी तक सब गलत जगह में ढूंढ रहे थे.
Beyond search and murder mystery, this is our panel discussion, and without any delay, I would like to call upon Miss Shilpa Ratnam. She's film writer, anchor, and talk show host. Miss Konkona Sen Sharma, filmmaker and actor. Mr. Rohan Sippy, director, producer, and screenwriter. Mr. Surya Sharma, actor. Mr. Varun Thakur, actor, comedian, and content creator. Ms. Shilpa, I hand over this session to you to take it further. Thank you.
Check, check, check. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for that introduction. And thank you so much to our wonderful audience here. And if you like that trailer, can we have a round of applause for our wonderful panelists here again? Okay, fantastic. Sorry to put you guys on the spot like that. But, so this is a Search the Naina murder case. And it is an Indian adaptation of a classic Danish show, which is called For Brutal Sen. If it sounded like I'm fluent in Danish, it's because I practiced that a few times now. So crime dramas are never just about that murder, right? They always hold up a mirror to society. So I'll take across my very first deep question across to the director here, to Rohan Sippy. When you made Search, what was the mirror that you wanted to show to India today?
I think you, obviously, a lot of credit goes back to the original writers, then Highgate Entertainment, which brought it to Applause, and to Geo, and they had the vision to, there's a spirit in the original that we've obviously tried to reflect. And as far as today, it reflects today, but these are universal themes of parents and children, society, people in power and the vulnerable. So those themes are always relevant. It's how you said it today. We've got the new lens we had as opposed to the original is what social media is like for younger people, and the sometimes disastrous consequences of that, the secrets that now parents don't know about, you know. So those are the kind of things that made it a very relevant thing, and the heart of it, the DNA of it, is obviously a great detective show. And the essence of it obviously is you know, the classic cop. She's supposed to be on her way out. There's a battle of her heart and head about doing her duty as this case comes up. And to top it all, there's an upstart cop that comes in. So those kind of essential elements are obviously what make it really enjoyable to work with. And when you add to that these layers, and what's also always beautiful in these shows, you've seen it, so the reflections of the personal and professional life, that, there's something happening in the case which affects her at home and vice versa. So it's just so well blended together, and this longer format gives us a lovely chance to give the actors time, the character time, and the audience's time to really brood and wonder what the secrets are.
This show is set in the very exotic land of Navi Mumbai. The atmosphere in the Danish Nordic noir thriller is really the location. And why did you choose Navi Mumbai here, Rohan?
There's 4 letters that define my career here: AMPG, above my pay grade. So I was given this as a brief. And there are a number of considerations why these things happen. And you can either agonize about those things and say, this is what we're given, and we're going to still make it look special. And we tried, so the audiences will tell us. But even, for example, the quarry we found is not something that is a very usual kind of thing. So, and you said Norwegian, but the original is set in a city as well. It's set in Copenhagen. So in that sense, it's a natural adaptation. Obviously, it's a very scenic city which doesn't have the population and the pressures we have. But I think that also sometimes makes it fun, because now you're going to do something different because you don't have exactly the same thing. How do you convey a different emotion and still make the show work?
And I just want to say, why not Navi Mumbai? I think it's time to explore Navi Mumbai, right? I mean, why not Thane and Kandivali? Don't you think that South Bombay has been over-romanticized and overdone?
And even if it's calling it South Bombay, we end up shooting in Kandivali and Mira Road and call it that.
Now you're just making me sound placist, so I will quickly move on. I don't mean to be placist at all. But I'll quickly move on from that. Konkona, you of course are phenomenal in everything that you do. I feel people really only now approach you with very layered characters if there's something for you to sink your teeth into. So what was it on paper that you saw here that you thought, okay, this is a role worthy of Konkona?
By the way, the Navi Mumbai was not at you at all. It's just that, people keep saying it all the time, so I felt I must stand up for it. But, this actually it works really on paper, in the sense, as soon as I heard that this is actually, from the original format of Portrayals, which is the Danish show, I was very excited because I had seen one of the adaptations, which is The Killing, which was in English, which was the American show, which is a little more accessible, I guess. And I had watched that, and it's absolutely fabulous. So I was reassured that this is something which already works, and it works really well. And it was the OG show with a complex female detective character, and which spawned, many other female detective shows. And Sarah Lund, I think her name is, and, she has her own legion of fans. So it was, big shoes to fill. And Rohan was directing it. So I thought that this would be, I immediately jumped at the opportunity.
I've seen you do so many nuanced characters, right? I think those are the only ones you do. You're always quietly unraveling in something. You're grappling with your inner conflicts. I've seen you do it all. So what was it? Like, what dimension here did you want to explore, perhaps?
Oh, I actually don't come with this preconceived notion that I want to... I want to kind of, find layers or nuance or anything like that. This one, the material was already rich with that. It already came with that. I don't think I had any plans to do anything like that. But many times, just to make something sound, like my job is to make something sound real. Whether it's well written or not, my job is to make it sound convincing, so then that is the attempt, basically. And here actually one didn't have to work towards that, because it was all, I think Rohan and the writers had done a great job of even adapting it to the Indian context. As you said, this is Nordic noir, and but still, you know, we see many different worlds even within Navi Mumbai or whatever. You know, the college life, the college kids, what they are going through, or the politicians. You know, the police station, the dynamics between all the cops and stuff. We see a lot of that. So there was a lot of material to work with.
All right. Now I'll ask you and Varun and Surya, are the rumors true? Is Rohan actually as nice a person to work with as everyone says he is? I've been lucky enough to know him for a few years, never worked with him, but, you know, Varun, you had said that he is somebody who, you know, finishes a schedule on time. You never went overtime, and you were rather surprised about it.
No, I mean, absolutely. That was Surya who said that. Because he was there for longer. My shot would get over much earlier and I was out. No, but to address the point of working with Rohan, I've been a massive fan of all his work. Like Bluffmaster for me is still like right up there in one of my most favorite movies. So the minute I found out that he's directing it, it was a no-brainer to obviously say yes. And whatever time we did get to shoot was great. He's super quick. There were times when I'm like, wait, is it okay? He's like, yeah, it's done. You know, and it's not just because hey, time khatam ho raha hai, because he is very clear with what he wants, how he wants it, and I'm blessed to work with amazing co-actors who were even faster, so just made my life a lot easier and fun.
It's always weird when I ask actors, was it good to work with a director, when the director is sitting right there? What else are they going to say, right? It's like, and then we're all acting surprised, like, oh, really? Was it good working with him? But Surya?
Yeah, so for me, I met him for the first time in the workshop, and it was really great experience for me because he's very detail oriented. And yeah, one thing which I really like about him, like time is money. So 9 o'clock, we'll wrap. And if the scene is left, it's
9 in the morning we roll also. Don't make it sound, yeah, only interested in getting out.
No, it's a 12-hour shift. And yeah, and he's very, humorous, and which really helped us coming out from the zone. And yeah, he's foodie also. I'm not a foodie person, but I really like eating lunch with him. Yeah.
I didn't know this at all, little known fact. But you said he's a fun person. So when there's a series like this, right, which is rather serious, do you have to keep the mood serious off screen as well? Or is it okay? Are you?
That's exactly the opposite. You know, there's a wonderful writer friend of mine, his uncle was legendary doctors in Bombay. He brought his writers to go see him operate. They were doing a medical show. And he turned around and he's whistling, joking around while doing surgery. And he says, the patient is serious, not us. So you have to be able to, it doesn't mean that the doctors to be upset and, riled up. Okay, you're performing that. And then you step out. And it's even more, it's a mental floss to get away from, because it's emotionally draining, and you're not, on a film you work at a certain pace, so you'll maybe do 1-2 scenes a day. Here there'll be maybe 4, 5, 6 scenes, change costume, come back, now you're going from scene 1, episode 1 to the climax, and coming back, and I need them to deliver. It's not even have the leisure to say, okay, you're not getting it, we'll take half an hour, no, you're on the clock. So when you have that, then it's as important to relax, just switch off, get your emotional thing, and then you're ready to go again when we're, So I think that, and it just makes the whole process, I think, more enjoyable. I think we become more of a team. We all want to do our best with each other. That's why Varun said it's my default thing is you're coming to contribute. You're coming to be a part of it. I'm not directing you in some passive way that you're going to, you're going to come in and I can guide you a couple of steps here, there, but I know that 90% of it, you're already there, so that's what really makes it fun. And then when they feed off each other, then new things happen, then there's new things that when their chemistry, actually when they come together, there's more than what we expect. All that is all so much fun.
Like imagine, doing an intense scene and then it's a lunch break. Let's go and eat dal pakwan or something, It's really, a great experience for me.
Yeah, okay. So I guess Swiggy and Zomato will be on my second screen when I'm watching this again, because of this conversation. Konkona, you have, you hold this together as ACP Sanyukta Datta, right? So, Sanyukta Das. And during the course of shoot, did you and Rohan develop a shared language when it came to perhaps, approaching your performance or to address the restraint that was required?
Actually, it started with the table reads, which I think all of us met for the first time, and that was very helpful. I have to say that, you know, in terms of a shared language, because I've known Rohan for so many years and I have so much respect for his work, we get along so well, and we actually have some similar kind of references in any case of things we've liked over the years, you know, so there is that comfort anyway. So it's easy to understand each other, I think. And besides that, you know, we did have, quite a few sessions where all the HODs, all the characters, because there are so many different tracks where we all sat together and read. So even if there was some little minor doubt or, oh, but this doesn't connect, or how did that happen? Like all of that would be, you know, notes were taken, it was ironed out, and, you know, corrections were accordingly made or explained, and that really helped. Then Surya and I separately met ACP Tejaswini Shinde, and that was illuminating because it's not like I'd had a lot of close interaction. I don't know if you had with an ACP's.
One thing which I still remember, those pictures. You remember?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's true. And so that really helped. And she, you know, she really was very generous with the sharing of herself, of her work, and, you know, the way she balances her personal life and her professional life, etc. So all of that really helped. And then Rohan brought in also some other elements like the mother character, like my mother in the show, because, I mean, how else am I working so hard when my husband has apparently shifted and I have a teenage daughter at home? And then she's also growing more and more alarmed because she has a teenage daughter at home. Plus, the victim in this crime is just a couple of years older. So it's too close to home, actually. So that mother character also helped, and it brought some lightness because the mother is, of course, constantly criticizing and harsh. And the relationship between Surya and Sanyukta is also lovely because there's so much banter, and there's just come from completely different worlds. And I think one thing Rohan used was the food. The foodie part of it came out in Jay's character, but you'll be able to say more, one of you. About that.
No, I think it was all of this, but yeah, it's also, you know, the pressure cooker's on her. You know, you're getting it on the case. The mother is bajawing you, daughter is bajawing you, husband is bajawing you because you're not keeping up to your promise. So, which makes for good drama and keeps us more connected. So I really enjoy all of that. And of course, when, like I said, when the band is great, like we have this actors and crew that all were ready to push it, then it's a lot of fun to actually not hold back. You just want to have fun in the scene. And what's the worst in the edit? You'll cut one beat out or whatever. But I never like going away thinking, shit, we could have tried that one thing. What if that would have just... Then we pretty much tried to do all that we could. And I think, yeah, I'm happy that we did.
You know, her mother's played by Madhu Raja. She's amazing. What a fantastic...
Doordarshan
yes.
to yes.
Yes, what a lovely journey. And she's so spunky in this role, much as she is.
We saw her screen test, I said, and that was one thing we were debating, you know, one of the few things where on the script I interacted, they had they were worried would it be too much screen time and would it affect the episode length, and there was otherwise a much more a smaller part for a maid that would be the placeholder, so when she's not home. But I really fought for this, and when I saw her audition, I said, there's no way we can't have this. We'll trim it down, but it's not going to add length. It actually makes the episodes feel shorter, you know. Even if it's a minute longer, but you enjoy it, you've got relief, and now you go back into the next tense sequence or the, you know, with much more of a energy to go get the next twist in.
She really, you know, has that aura. It's completely unmatched. Varun, you and Surya, you don't have the hero-villain binary, right, when it comes to your characters. You especially, I known you as a more light-hearted, fun actor, exploring those spaces. And here it's a trickier space that you're navigating. How did you step into it?
I mean, like, first and foremost, being a stand-up comedian sort of puts you in that little block of, oh, you'll be funny guy, or you make faces. So at least with this show, I got to go a little bit beyond that and, be a little bit more serious and have a slight amount of nuance and layer to the character as opposed to just doing this. So,
You don't do that, bhai.
oh, you haven't seen all my work. No, but like this was a great opportunity for me, and like you mentioned, the characters aren't very binary. It's not good guy, bad guy, because even in real life, you see men, especially, sort of navigating life through a much grayer lens, right? Their likes, their dislikes, wants, needs, etc., are in a more grayer, more complicated space, and I think that sort of makes the character more real and more believable. So that's the takeaway. Hopefully, that when the audience watches it, they see a little bit of themselves in the various characters who are there, and they're not just good or bad.
Yeah, so for me, like, we all are not perfect, and there are imperfections in each one of us. And if I talk about Jay, Jay is young, ambitious, and coming from a different background to this new world, and he was not ready for the situation he faced after joining the post. And he doesn't like taking orders, one thing which I relate to my character. I'm just joking. So yeah, and as Varun said, like, we all have things, and we go through some path in life जहाँ पे decisions लेने पड़ते हैं. And same way, we just can't see things in a same situation. So as per the situation, we go through it. And same way, like, as an actor, I think I don't judge my characters. If it's written that way, I have to follow it and do my job. I'm here to entertain, that's it.
Okay. So, director's actor. I feel like keeping true to our thriller theme, they keep shaving minutes off that timer. And we're now almost out of time, it's been very tense watching that timer for me. So I'll ask you to look into your crystal ball. Let's look into the future of OTT. What do you think is exciting now? What exciting about what's to come? And something more real is what frustrates you about what you're seeing today, and something that's on trend that you're not entirely happy about or comfortable with. You can start it off.
This space, OTT space, is a very good space for new actors, even all the actors, to explore. The arc is big, story काफी अच्छे तरीके से unfold होती है, progress करती है, and there are multiple seasons. So it's a kind of space जहाँ पे you explore more, you learn more, and if you're lucky, you have good people around you.
Fantastic. Konkona, would you like to keep it diplomatic as well? Would you like to tell us something that you're not so happy?
I'll do both.
Yeah.
I'll first say that I'm very grateful for this all the streaming platforms now. No, seriously, because actually I had a film in the theatre Metro in the know after so long, because nowadays we only work on streaming
Great to see you on
platforms.
screen,
Thank
as always.
you. Thank you so much. But it was after a long gap, no, because nowadays we mainly in theatres, like most of my work has been on streaming platforms itself. But also that I wish there were more streaming platforms, because there's only like 4 or 5, and they're also sometimes eating into one another or whatever, I don't know, merging and doing business, things like that. So, and I don't know how great that is for all of us trying to make content, because I think one of their chief aims is possibly just to have a large subscriber base, So and when you have that as a concern, I don't know how open you are to making new and different kinds of films. So I worry about that, and I wish there were more streaming platforms.
Yeah, I wish there were more streaming platforms too. More time to like not sleep, right? They're competing with our sleep. So yeah. Rohan.
Yeah, look, the two things, I think I've just had the best time in the last 7-8 years working, doing all kinds of things, like outright comedies like Office and Sandwich Forever, to Criminal Justice, to now this show, and so many other opportunities to work with great writing, great actors. So that's the wonderful thing for me, which I love as a director. The two pillars of this medium are writing and actors, performances. Like films, you can have VFX, this and that. invariably the stuff I end up doing really relies on these two things, which are things I enjoy working with, rather than working with really big, whatever, other elements. So that's been great, and the amount of work you get to do, the amount you get to learn. Because each day you're out there, you know, you get more confident because you're, okay, we managed to do this, now we can push it a little more. So that kind of learning has just been incredible the last several years, and it wouldn't have happened without OTT. There's no way films would allow you to work at that volume and to learn so much and to make so many connections with so many wonderful people. Where the future is going, I mean, it's so hard to predict, you know, that we've got so many currents, so many disruptive things, and the acceleration of that goes on. But I think the root of it stays the same. Tell great stories, you know, try and connect. There is a reality that as the OTT, the thing is, we started off with cinemas, there were a few thousand screens in the country. When we exploded to television, there were a few million and they went up to a couple of 100 million. Now, with the phone, it's going to be maybe 5 times that or 4 times that. So there is going to be a new audience that has new expectations. So we'll just see how it all plays out. I think it's the geos and all the wonderful platforms have to figure out how to get a great mix for all audiences to get something they want to watch. And I think that yeah, till that time, it's going to be a lot of experimenting, which is good as long as they keep allowing us to do good work. And so far, it's been good.
I see you genuinely enjoying yourself in this space. You had that series with Prime Video, work from Wakalat. Then you had 2 with Z5, Mithya and Duranga. Now this one. And then you have another adaptation in the works that we can...
Yeah, I guess we can't talk about it, but this is something, another fun... Yeah, so I'm just saying it's just amazing. I got to work with KK on Shekhar Home, which is also on Geo. So just, you know, where it was so hard to imagine I could get those opportunities before this medium existed, you know. So it's been
Absolutely.
great.
Okay, Varun, you're the last one. You can
I mean,
wrap it up.
they've covered pretty much all the points, so I'll come from a little selfish lens. I feel like with the advent of OTTs and so many platforms coming, I feel like the amount of opportunities for people from outside the industry, so to speak, has increased quite a bit. I mean, if I had to just speak about my career, like 10 years back, you would give one audition, not hear back, not get it, it's gone. But at least now, with so many OTTs there, the opportunity for you to go pitch your own idea, go audition, and it's not just for actors, I feel even for technicians and like people in general, I think that the avenues have opened so much because of OTT, and I feel it's going to keep getting more and more because every second day there's another big new OTT coming. So great for people like us.
Yeah, and my calendar's full for sure, and our time's completely up. Thank you so much for this wonderful discussion. And everyone, watch the... that's what you're going to say, right?
No, I was just say thank you.
Thanks, Rohan. And everybody do watch Search the Naina Murder Case. It's out on October 10th.
Yes, on Geo Star.
Yes, it is out on October 10th. Thank you once again. And more than the lovely folks at FICCI, I know that my former boss, Rajiv Masand, has the next session. So I'll quickly leave the stage. Thank you. Thanks once again. A big round of applause to our panelists.
Thank you so much for this wonderful conversation. Thank you, everyone.